Hello, everyone. Welcome to Powertime Practice. We have some people joining, and more people will be coming as we dive into this live stream. So, what is Powertime Practice? Powertime Practice is something that Dr. Pillai loves for us to be aware of and to tap into the energy that is behind time. So the days go by, the weeks go by, the months go by, the years go by, and we are on this journey with Dr. Pillai, and he teaches us that we can let time go by unconsciously, or we can become aware or alert to powers that be behind time. So my name is Sucharita. For those of you who don't know me, wishing you all a very warm welcome. And for those of you who do know me, well, wishing you a warm welcome as well. So we're here to honor the energy and power behind time and what makes that up. So energy and power is nothing but our highest selves. It's our nature. It's our innate intelligence. It is the whatever is going on behind the scenes. So we're conscious of things, or perhaps unconscious of things that are going on. But as we evolve and we grow spiritually, we want to discover these beings or intelligence that is in the spiritual realm. So we don't have to die and then find out what's going on in the spirit world. We can be alive and we can tap into these energies during our meditation practices, during our chanting practices, during our times when we're contemplating, we're reflecting on what our life is all about, what our true purpose in life is all about. And most people on the spiritual path are driven by something's just not right, especially during these uncertain times. And we don't know when we're going to get into whatever the new normal is. So that's what we're here to do, is help us to navigate from that internal knowing, that intuition, our innate intelligence. And Dr. Pillai's teachings help us to unlock those secrets. So when we are thinking thoughts, we are thinking the right thoughts at the right time, saying the things that are in alignment with that time and the people who we are speaking with, or perhaps even to ourselves. We want to be shifting our consciousness so that we are uplifting ourselves. And we're doing whatever it is that we're doing at the right time. And that's what miracle consciousness is all about. It's thinking, saying, and doing the right thing at the right time. Instead of scrambling in the dark or groping in the dark, we don't want to be driven by ignorance, that which we are ignoring. So these archetypal energies, or these power beings who govern time in different realms, are here all around us all the time. We have to invite them in. And that's a divine law. So as it is said in so many scriptures across the different cultures, different religious traditions, that ask and you shall receive. So how do we ask? Well, we can set an intention, we can set a prayer. We can say, I'm really groping in the dark. I'm very uncertain. I'm totally ignorant of what's going on in the spiritual realm. Or perhaps it's a hit and a miss. So we don't really know if we are connecting with divine beings. We don't know if they are helping us. So with Dr. Pillai and with any spiritual master, they're going to help to align yourself or ourselves with that higher intelligence that feels right, deep inside of us. Not as in right or wrong, it's that alignment. So it's like we have a beautiful divine Wi-Fi connection from within our physical body. We use this physical body to meditate. We use it to speak the mantras, to speak those power sounds that will unlock these realms where these beings are residing. And then that is what unlocks the secret door for them to open up and us to enter. So as it has been in all traditions, the divine law is that if we want to be able to manifest a better reality, if we want to be able to evolve spiritually here on the earth plane, especially during these dark, ignorant times where people are groping in the dark, they're doing things that they know aren't going to be fulfilling and rewarding, but somehow their karma or their thinking or just the way they're being, and collectively the masses are gearing us up to go into the dark forest. So we want to get enlightened. We want to light things up. We want to enlighten ourselves. We want to uplift ourselves. We want to come out of the dark. We want to have a clear path of what it is that we need to follow and what is going to help us to live a more purposeful, more fulfilling, more rewarding life, not only for an individual as a spiritual seeker, it's for all of humanity. So we begin with ourselves. We clear out all those dark, congested energies, that which we have been ignoring or pretending that, oh, it's okay, I don't need to deal with that. I can just go ahead over in this direction. But we know, being with Dr. Pillai, that we can't skip it. That's what karma is. You can touch it lightly. But we said when we were little souls in heaven, we said, hey, you know what? I've got some karma to clear up, so I'm going to come to the earth plane. And Dr. Pillai has shared the earth plane is the plane where we can get rid of karma. So how do we get rid of it is that we learn from it. So there's no other reason why we have come to the earth plane other than to clear up some storylines that we've carried from perhaps lifetime to lifetime as this soul journeying on and expanding in its knowledge and its understanding of how to be more human and more humane. So Dr. Pillai's grace and blessings perhaps have been with many of us in many lifetimes, and we're here now. Whether you're here for the first time, whether you're going to listen or watch this for the first time, or whether you've been studying with Dr. Pillai for many, many years, whether you've been coming or going, it doesn't really matter, because at the level of the soul, it's timeless. It is eternal. It just knows I've got to come and get my soul's thirst quenched or my soul's hunger satisfied. And how to do that? Do we know soul speak? So the masters will share with us how to unlock the secrets of our soul, to invite these divine beings because we need them. And it's a reciprocal relationship with the divine. So these divine beings can evolve if we invite them here to help us. So whenever we help anyone, there is some divine intervention. Whether that person helps you in return, it doesn't matter. Somewhere in your life that will return to you. So as you give, so shall you receive. And as you receive, so shall you give. It's what makes the world to go round. And so groping in the dark is something that we all kind of do. And what does that look like? Confusion. You don't know whether you are going in the right direction, especially during this COVID-19 year. We don't know if we're going to go back to the normal or the way we used to. And perhaps we won't. It will be a new normal, though, and we will have learned something. So karma is our mindset. Karma is what we think about, and what influences karma are these divine beings, these celestial beings. So way back in ancient times, thousands of years ago, perhaps, it's uncertain the exact date, but thousands of years ago, and it's written in all the scriptures across the board, these divine beings were enlightened beings, and they would be up on these mountaintops because that's where less people were, so they could meditate, they could contemplate on the reality of the world as it was. So they would just be looking up in the skies, and then they would start to get into a lucid state, perhaps even lucid dreaming, where you don't really know if you're awake or if you're dreaming or you're some state in between. And so they looked up, and then they started to see these constellations in the sky, the star constellations, the planets. And then so they were like, well, twinkle, twinkle, little star, wonder what's going on. How are you? And so they would start to have these kinds of conversations inside of themselves. But then all of a sudden, they started to get feedback. And they're like, okay, what's going on? So they started to commune with these beings who are part of the stars, who are this consciousness is part of the planetary beings. So they're not just balls in the sky or fiery energy that makes up starlight or the sun. So they were communing with these beings who then presented themselves in different shapes and forms, just like we have here on the earth plane. We are all human beings, but we all come in different shapes and forms and colors, and we come with different backgrounds, we come with different cultures, we come with different points of view. We come with different education. So we're very different, yet we are all clumped together as human beings. So these divine beings who are on other planes of existence, and we can see the planets in the sky, there's also a consciousness. So today is Saturday, the 27th of June, 2020, and Saturday is ruled by the planet Saturn. And then Sunday is ruled by the planet Sun, Monday by the Moon, Tuesday by Mars, Wednesday by Mercury, Thursday by Jupiter, Friday by Venus. And then we come back to Saturday. So Saturday is a time where we can align with Lord Saturn's energy, and we can get rid of a lot of karma, because he is the planetary being who delivers karma. And again, karma is your mindset. So on a Saturday, perhaps you're really tired because the week was want to go and party, or on the Friday night, and then Saturday you're just like exhausted, and you have so much work to do because you've got to go grocery shopping, you've got to do all your running around, and you got to take the kids to their things. Maybe not so much anymore, but perhaps online you have to sit with them and do their homework or do whatever it is that they need to do to do their entertainment or be with their social friends. You've got to be keeping an eye out. So Saturday makes us to feel like there's so many responsibilities. So like Saturday and like every other day, there is a consciousness that comes into the earth plane, or it's already there, but we open up to it and we invite it in. So we're here to invite this week ahead, we're here to invite the energy that will dispel darkness. And why am I saying that? Because this is coming up on July 4th. It's either July 4th or July 5th, depending on where you are in the world, is a full moon. And the moon represents the mind. So when it's full, we are full of abundance, we're full of happiness, we're full of joy, we're full of material manifestations, all the comforts. Is that true? Sometimes, if you're tuning in, it is. However, most people aren't really tuning in. They don't really know. So they kind of go a little bit cuckoo-luckoo on a full moon. So they howl like the werewolves, and they wonder why. They go a little bit because their mind is racing with all kinds of different thoughts. So we want to honor this full moon in particular during this time of the year in July. Is once a year where we can align with all the divine beings, all the gurus, all those dispellers of darkness, of ignorance, all those enlightened beings, such as spiritual masters or saints or sages. And it's not just of the Indian tradition, it's all traditions. They're all coming to the earth plane, and they're looking at everyone who is on a spiritual path and who is looking up to them and saying, please come in and help us during these very uncertain, ignorant, dark times where there's so much hatred and anger and frustration and depression and immobility. We can't get back to life. We feel like our freedom has been taken away from us. And it continues to be this frustrating experience as we go shopping and do all the different things that are like no-brainers, but it takes so much energy to go stand in a lineup and wear the mask. And I had to wear my mask. I got my hair cut the other day and I almost passed out because I had to wear the mask, and I'm never wearing my mask. I'm in Toronto, Canada. We don't have to. But some places they have to wear the mask. So I sat in the hairdresser's chair, and I was just getting really dizzy. I said, can you please just do whatever you need to do, because I need to take this off. I need to breathe. So, this is what happens, this is what is happening now. So what is this going to be for the rest of our lives? Is this going to be how it is? So how will we navigate these uncertain times and all these restrictions being placed upon us when some of us don't believe in this coronavirus? If we're really healthy and we are staying safe and we are with other people who are very healthy and staying safe, it doesn't really make sense. It's that we would have to, take these extra precautions and almost pass out because of it. But anyways, we'll do what we need to do, but how we modify things is going to be pretty tricky. So the full moon during this month every year is an opportunity for us to ascend. Ascend, what the heck does that mean? It means to go inside and connect with the light inside. We all have a soul inside. Whether we know it or not, whether we believe it or not, it's there. And there's an apparatus, or there's a landing pad inside of ourselves. So there's different aspects to our being. And what I mean by that is that we have this physical body. We also have emotions. So we have an emotional body. We have an intellectual body. We have a mental body. We have spiritual body. We have astral bodies, energy bodies. So we are multi-dimensional. We have different aspects or different dimensions to our being. And so we invite these beings who are no more in the physical form. However, they're always surrounding us, and we just need to unlock the secrets. So prayers, as Dr. Pillai shares, are somewhat neurotic because we pray when we really, really, really need something, and we really, really, really want it. Like Toys R Us, we really, really need it. We really, really want it. And then we get it, and it's like not a big deal. We throw it away, or we don't care about it anymore. That's the nature. So that's what I mean by we're just groping in the dark. We're trying to satisfy our physical needs, our mental needs, our emotional needs, our intellectual understanding of how it is to navigate this earth plane and to navigate these times that we're living in, to make sense of it all. And then our energy goes up and down or sideways, or we don't even know what it's doing. So these different aspects of our being are kind of just spinning around. They don't have that union with the highest self. So the highest self is God consciousness, or God is consciousness, or nature, innate intelligence, the Holy Spirit. It's all the same. So we want to align ourselves internally so that we can light up this soul's consciousness. So we need to create a landing pad inside of us that will activate our soul's desire to seek out situations in our lives that will be more fulfilling, more rewarding than what is surrounding us. So that's the true prayer, really, is our intention is to align with our highest self, to align with divine beings without dying to see them. We're dying to see you. Can we see you now? We don't have to die physically. So we can connect internally as the energy comes up from the base of the spine, activating all the psycho-spiritual centers or energy centers or chakras. And as we activate those chakras, then we start to light up inside, and the energy will go up into the third eye, which is right about here on the forehead and the middle of the brain. And then it pops up the top of the brain and through the skull and into the space. Where in the space? Well, to these different dimensions, these different aspects of our being. And we are not really certain because we kind of have to be out of our mind. We have to be out of that mindset. We want to go beyond it without dying. We want to go beyond it, and we don't want to push it. We want to be receptive to these divine beings. So Guru Purnima. Purnima means full moon. Guru means spiritual teacher or master, or it can be a teacher that we've had who enlightened us in our life, or we do have mentors in our lives who really light us up, who really teach us how to navigate certain situations in life, whether that's finances or relationships or our education or our hobbies or interests or sports. It can be anything to do with your social circle and so on. So it's expanding our knowledge. It's expanding our limited knowledge. So we want to go to that unlimited state of being, and we want to remain there. So we have to go out of our mindset that keeps us in a box, and it keeps us in the dark, it has the lid on it. So we've got to think out of the box. We've heard that saying. So thinking out of the box means we're not thinking in a limited way. We're going into realms of unlimited thinking, unlimited possibilities. So Guru Purnima helps to unlock the secrets inside of us. And these spiritual masters, such as Dr. Pillai, an enlightened being from head to toe, inside, outside, he doesn't have to be in the physical form for us to connect with him. In fact, Guru Purnima is coming up, and I've just been informed that Dr. Pillai has decided that there are no new teachings that need to be given right now. So he has canceled the Guru Purnima online retreat. Instead, you can participate in services that are offered through Pillai Center or Ashurveda. There are fire labs, sacred rituals to fill your soul up, to fire it up so that you can burn away the darkness inside of you, the ignorance, all those negative congested energies that are blocking your connection to these divine beings, including Dr. Pillai. Since you're here studying with him, you might want to ask yourself, how can I connect with him if he's going to cancel the online retreat? How can I connect with him if I never meet him in person? And this is what it is to really pray. So our intention is to connect our soul to the divine realm where he can unlock the secrets of these divine beings, these archetypes, these energies, this consciousness that we may know a little bit about in a limited way, such as by reading about them or experiencing them here and there through different courses. What Dr. Pillai wants us to do is to open ourselves up. So that's truly what his desire is this year, is to crack us open. So go inside, burn the karma, meaning burn that box that we find ourselves, our soul is shut down. It has a lid on it and we can't seem to pop the lid. So the soul will shine through with your connection or your understanding of how to commune with Dr. Pillai internally. So there's going to be a silent, if you will, a silent transmission of the teachings during Guru Purnima, during this full moon, where enlightenment is what it's all about. So we have to light ourselves up like a searchlight, looking for those divine beings who are going to fill us up, who are going to teach us in an unlimited, unknowing way. So silence is golden, and being in the presence of the master and truly going away from sitting in front of him or being in his presence physically, or dialing him up, calling him up, if that's something that you can do. He doesn't talk to too many people, but he's evolving, and that's the message that he shared at this point in time. And as we all know, anything could change, but at this point in time, his message is for us to do our spiritual practices, to chant mantras, to honor the Guru, honor the beings who are part of the cosmos. They're cosmic beings, just like we are human beings on the earth. We're revolving around the sun, and we're in our own orbit, and then all the planets are around, going around the sun as well in their orbits. So we're all going around and doing this thing in our little universe, and because there are many universes, and we're solar beings. So Dr. Pillai wants us to enlighten ourselves by tapping into our teachings, whatever those teachings are. Now, the good news is, especially for us power timers, is that I've been asked to dedicate this power time practice time slot to honoring the Guru. So we are going to have special teachings here for free for everyone. And then you can find out how we will do that. We'll give a little preview to that in our meditation practice that we'll do in a few minutes from now today. So honoring the Guru, honoring the one who dispels the darkness, who helps to elevate our consciousness, so lift it up out of despair or out of depression. So depression means that the energy has gone down and we don't feel uplifted. So we put a psychological term as we are depressed, or we are we can't come out of our funk, or we're temporarily set back. And that is a choice, perhaps, on the spiritual path, where we can say, you know what, if I've been diagnosed with that, or if I feel like that, okay, I can accept, but I can also accept that there is a different reality. And many people, including myself, have felt the ups and downs of life just knocking us so hard down sometimes that we feel like, well, we're never going to come back up. And then being on the spiritual path, it's the thing that is going to bring us up. Nothing else in the world, in this worldly life, will do it for us in a way that is going to be long lasting. It will do it temporarily, for sure. And then there will be a time where, just like the Toys R Us kids, they will say, what's next? I want something else, and cry for it, and then get it, and then not be satisfied. And it just goes on and on, not only in this lifetime, lifetime after lifetime. So what we want to do is have an experience where we are tuning in to these divine beings, these archetypes. Guru means dispel the darkness, get rid of that which we're ignoring. So whatever negative congested energies are inside of us, whatever memories we've had in this lifetime from day one, perhaps, whatever blame we have put on someone else and tried to make them responsible for our life, that is all going to be diffused away, because that's what Dr. Pillai is committed to, is freeing us from that which is holding us back, that which is keeping the lid on us, that which is putting us into limitation, that which is not allowing this unlimited way of being. You can't think in that state. It is so powerful, so potent. And so many of us have had those experiences, but they come and they go. So this Guru Purnima, this time of the full moon next weekend, is dedicated for you. You're all invited. Everyone qualifies. You don't need any money to do it. You just need to use your time, your energy, and connect with Dr. Pillai. And there's a big picture of him right there behind. And then there's a picture of Lord Muruga, who's the god of the third eye. And underneath is Ganesha, a statue of Ganesha. He's the god of Om, and he's the one who gives us success. He's the one who moves the Kundalini energy, that which is that energy to lift us up, to give us an experience where we are coming out of that funky state and then expanding or blowing the roof or the top off that box that we've put ourselves in. And we continue to find ourselves being in a limited way of being, especially during these times where there's so much lockdown happening, so many regulations, all the chaos that's going on, the looting and the rioting in some places. And then the COVID, people are so afraid to go out. So we need to shed some light on this. We need to bring the divine in. And perhaps everyone here is somewhat of a spiritual warrior and saying, okay, I'm going to follow the guidelines, but there's got to be some other way out. There has to be divine intervention. I have to be open and ready to receive during this Guru Purnima once a year, where all the divine beings are looking to the earth plane. Who's lit up? Who's sending out the SOS? Who wants the divine Wi-Fi connection to be with these beings? And we may have past lives where we had spiritual teachers or masters, or we did in fact study right under the gods, and we fell from the heavens, so to speak. We fell from grace. So we want to tap back into grace, get the grace of the Guru. In fact, in Pillai Center Academy, there is a course called The Grace of the Guru, or Guru's Grace. And it is a very powerful initiation that Dr. Pillai has given in this program. And it was during Guru Purnima at one point in time, and it's an evergreen program. So you're invited to go check that out, and then you can follow along and do those teachings as well. And then there's so many videos on Pillai Center Academy, Pillai Center YouTube, of Dr. Pillai's previous Guru Purnima or any of his teachings. So any teaching, any course that you are enrolled in or is available for the public, you can just do. You can be chanting his name, which is Om Dhram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Swaha, and we will do that in a meditation. You can be chanting Om Namah Shivaya. You can be chanting Om. Om is the omniscience, omnipotence, and omnipresence. So it is all-knowing, it's everywhere, it is all-powerful, and that's what God is, or goddess consciousness is. And that's what our soul wants to grow up and be, not someday. We want it in this lifetime. So the teachings, the true masters will teach at a very subtle, profound, deep level. However, we've got to align with them. So if we don't have our Wi-Fi on and we're not tuned in, we don't know the password, we're not connected, then we won't receive that. We won't be able to do anything online. So just like that, we all want to connect with Dr. Pillai. We can't see him. He's not going to do the retreat online even, but we can empower ourselves, cook up our soul. So those fire labs that are offered through Pillai Center or Ashravet, check it out, Guru Purnima. And Dr. Pillai is going to be in his subtle bodies. He's going to be kind of like holding the vortex open for the earth plane to receive. And all the spiritual masters are going to be doing that as well, as per their tradition, as per their connection to their spiritual masters who have gone before them. So this is a really powerful time, 2020. And why so much spiritual energy needs to come in. Hello, this is the plane of opposites. So there's so much conflict. We've got pandemic. Never, ever have we had pandemic situation ever. So this is a global phenomena. It's a global situation where we don't know what the outcome is going to be. And it's a killer virus. And then all the problems with the socioeconomic problems, all the racism, all the crazy stuff that is going on and in the world. And it's touching all of our lives. Some people in our lives have died. I've shared about the people who've died in my life since COVID. So, and other people have shared as well. So what to do? Is this going to be the new normal? Well, it seems like a pretty dark and ignorant thing for all of us to do and to continue to accept. And yet we can't revolt against it. So only the divine can intervene. And that's the beauty of 2020. It's not just another year going by, 2020 to 2021. It is a time period where it's setting the stage for the next decade. So 2020 to 2030. Who will we be in 2030? We can bring that intelligence to us now. So the gurus, the masters, the angels, the gods, the goddesses, if you will, Mother Nature, innate intelligence, intuition, energy, Holy Spirit, whatever it is for you, whatever you resonate with, that is what we are going to go for. That is what Dr. Pillai wants us to do naturally. So people might be saying, well, I don't really understand about these siddhas and these enlightened beings and all these gods and goddesses of the Indian tradition. I'm into Christ, or I don't believe in God at all, but I believe in nature. I believe in a higher power. So whatever resonates with you, whatever tradition you were raised in, perhaps you want to revisit it during Guru Purnima as well. And you want to go deeper into it. You want to have a profound connection beyond the scriptures, beyond how we were taught in churches or synagogues or mosques or whatever it is that we were introduced to, or perhaps we didn't have a spiritual introduction, and then we're just stumbling and groping and seeking, and may continue to do that. But with Dr. Pillai, he's a Sadguru, meaning he's the guru of truth. And what is truth? It's light. That's all it is. Truth is light. When you know someone is telling the truth, you feel it. You're lit up. It's so right. You're not groping in the dark. You're not wondering. You're not questioning. You're not doubting. You're not thinking that, oh my goodness, the wool is pulled over my eyes. No, it's boom. It's so subtle and it's light. It lights you up, and it is the truth. You can see from ways of seeing beyond the eyes. You feel it, it sounds right, it smells right, it tastes right, it feels right. So all of your senses come alive. And if you bring a lot of awareness to it, it becomes very profound and very moving. And that's living life on purpose. So 2020 to 2030 is all about a decade of light and love and super consciousness, because the contrast has come to this point in our lives where it's so dark and so ignorant and so uncertain, yet with all the intelligence, all the technology that we have, all the science, the medicine, everything that we have at this point in time is not giving us that experience of light and love and super consciousness, the highest intelligence, the highest consciousness, the highest principles of living life, living your soul, your highest soul's evolution, which is God. So however you think of God consciousness or miracle consciousness or omniscience, omnipotence, omnipresence, or any divine being who you resonate with and brings tears to your eyes and makes your body shake and makes you to feel so alive. That's what the soul does. It's what animates this body. If the body is dead, then the soul is not there. It's what makes the body to come alive. So the soul's consciousness is that which we can experience without dying, and we can experience it. We can get ready to experience it in these coming days, so that by the time the full moon is happening, Guru Purnima, then we can be ready to receive a download like, whoa, where did that come from? And how am I being now? So it will open up your third eye, perhaps. It will open up your ability to see clearly in your life. Maybe you might have a resolution to your problems. Maybe you might see things in your life, such as bickering and fighting in relationships, that has just faded away. And you can't even elicit it anymore. And you're like, whoa, how did that happen? So we open ourselves up to these beings who will destroy or dispel or clear out or diffuse anything that is no longer serving us, because we decided to align with this divine Wi-Fi connection, or sending out an SOS, or diving in with the intention, the prayer, which is so profound. It is calling at the level of the soul. Please enlighten our lives, enlighten the lives of the people around us, our family members. Even if we have the world's worst relationships with our family members from day one, that will be diffused away. Because why will that happen? We chose this gene pool to incarnate, just as we chose the person that we were going to have a relationship with outside of the family, whether that's work or your personal relationship, your spouse or significant other. Even if you're not married or don't have a significant other, don't even want that. We are communing with everyone else. So it's beyond all that we want to experience enlightenment. And when we are enlightened, body, mind, and soul, when the whole body can turn into light, when the whole soul is radiating out, such that anyone who comes into your presence, they will just be enlightened. They will be like, oh my God, I had a healing. Who are you? And that's what Christ promised us, and all the masters who have walked the earth plane in lifetimes before us. They said, listen, I was just a dude. I was a carpenter's son. I was just, banging nails into boards and stuff. And, there was a calling for me, a deep, deep calling. And then I just did the will of God. And so we don't have to die and suffer anymore. We can connect with the divine and then get filled up with this consciousness that will blow your mind. It will, not that you're going to be out of your mind like crazy. It will be, you're out of your mind in the sense that your thoughts will slow down. Your thoughts may become more divine thoughts. So we'll move from the human mind or human way of thinking to divine mind or to miracle consciousness. And it won't just be a hit and miss, like, oh, wow, that was a miracle. I got $100 on the lotto, or someone just gave me a house or something like that. Those are miracles. Those are unnatural happenings for you, or possibly. So these things can come out of nowhere, but we want miracle consciousness where everything we're doing is exactly aligned with the divine, and we don't have to suffer. We don't have to give up anything other than to align with our spiritual practices. And again, it's any spiritual practice. If you can chant the Guru Gita, or you can have a picture of Dr. Pillai. It doesn't have to be that big, but it can be. That was a gift. It was given to me by one of the students who studied with me for many, many, many years ago. So I've had this for a long, long time, and I love it. And the reason I love this image of Dr. Pillai, because he's looking up. So he's always looking to the divine. He's always making the energy to go up. So even now, as you are listening or watching, look up. And not that you're straining yourself, you're just looking up. Now, what's happening inside of you? What is going on with the energy inside of you? You could be looking up at nature, or if it's daytime for you, it's nighttime here, it's after 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time in Toronto. However, looking up into the space, even if you are like me in an office setting, I'm looking up and there's just light everywhere. There's light because Dr. Pillai's energy is here, for one, and his energy is coming through everyone here. All the souls who are communing, we're coming together as a community, and we are committed to bringing in some spiritual knowledge. For sure, we're going to be entertained a little bit. We're going to do a meditation, some chanting, if you want to do that out loud or internally. And then you can participate in asking some questions and sharing your experiences on the chat, which we'll do after the meditation. But here it is. If we're looking up, what's happening inside of us? The energy is coming up, because wherever you look in life, the energy comes up. So you're looking up. If you look down in life, what's happening to your energy? You kind of feel down. If you're looking sideways, you're kind of confused. So just try that. When you're looking up in life, you're looking for an answer from something higher. So when Dr. Pillai is looking up, it always reminds me there's a way out, and the way out is looking to the divine, looking to those higher realms in the space. So the space as it is above, so it is inside. So when we close our eyes and we put our attention internally, we're looking within. So we're not using our physical eyes anymore. We're looking within, that inner eye, that inner knowing, that inner exploration. And it's not a forced exploration. It's something that is receptive. It's open. And then the soul starts to shine through. And that's where the tears can come, or that's where we can feel tingling or pressure in some body parts, and especially the third eye area. So with that preview to the meditation that we're going to do, and to the Guru Purnima that's happening next weekend, the week ahead, you're invited to do whatever spiritual practice you can every day. And it's regardless of what day of the week it is. Leading up to Guru Purnima, we just want the highest, the fastest, the lightest path. So it's not that we're dissing or we're being disrespectful of other Powertime beings. They know that they want to lift us up, and they want us to be aligning with Guru Purnima, because the full moon is going to fill us up. It's going to align us full on. And we're going to feel full. That's what we want to do, is we want to feel full, the fullness of being, the fullness of being lit up or lifted up out of our funky state, especially if we have to be around people who perhaps are groping and they're fearful or angry or upset. And it's just like day in and day out, and how to come out of that or how to detach from that is what we'll experience during the next few days as we come closer to Guru Purnima, which is, again, for those of you who are joining, it's July 4th or 5th, depending on where you are in the world. So you can look up your full moon or Guru Purnima, and then you put in your location, and then you'll find out what the timing is for you of the full moon. So without further ado, let us get into a meditative state where meditation is always a stream of consciousness that is happening all the time. That's called getting in the gap, and or aligning with the divine, or being in a higher state of being, or in a cleansing state. So this stream of consciousness is what we want to tap into. So it doesn't take too much effort just to be present to it, and then align ourselves. So awaken the chakras, even though we may feel like, oh, my Kundalini is already activated. And that is well and good, and it's true to some degree. However, we're different every second of the day. We are different day to day. So who we were being 5 minutes ago, that was a truth 5 minutes ago, but what is the truth now? So that's living in the now, is being receptive to the divine coming in. So we're practice being in a state of meditation, tapping into it, and then being in life, tapping in, being in life. So in and out in the divine mind, in the mundane mind, the human mind. So we're doing a little dance with the divine. So we'll get into a state where we'll close our eyes and then go internally. We're going to call on some archetypes. You may or may not know them. You may or may not understand what it is, but your soul will, because why else are you here? It's an unknowing state of being. So the more you know actually about these beings could be a bit of a detriment, unless you are willing to let go and see what else they reveal to you, because it's all consciousness. So we'll close our eyes and put our attention internally. If you can, be in a place where the door is shut, or maybe some people, they're driving and you can pull over to the side of the road, as you have in the past. Just inviting those who are new, whatever it is that you're doing, just tune in a little bit. Even if you have to, get the kids off to bed or whatever it is that you need to do, just be tuning in and internally. So float your attention down to the base of the spine. We're going to practice connecting internally or inwardly. So looking within means you float your attention, your attentional energy. It's an energy down, down, down to the base of the spine, and even make it to go all the way down to your feet. So down your legs, into your feet, even into your toes. Feel your toes. Maybe for the first time, you're paying attention to your legs and your toes on an energetic level. And then connect with the earth, the ground, whether you're physically on the earth, as in soil, or the ground, wherever you are. You want to stabilize your practice, meaning bring the energy of the divine into the earth plane, and then through the body, and expand and breathe in, breathe out. So you'll go through the process. We'll call on Ganesha, who is an elephant-headed being. He has a pot belly. He rides a mouse, and he gives you success. He's a doer. He wants you to have a miracle. Imagine reddish orangish light, if you can't align with the image of Ganesha. We all know what reddish orangish light looks like. Whether you see it or not, that doesn't matter. An energy can be pouring down your pelvic region, down the legs, into the feet, into the toes, and back up. Feel it in your toes, feel it in your feet, your shins, your calves. your knees, your thighs, and into the pelvic, back down again. So it's going up and down, moving, giving you that energy or that sensation or that psychological feeling that you're being unstuck from stubborn karma or things holding you back. Om Gam Ganapataya Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Om Gam Ganapataya Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Om Gam Ganapataya Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Om Gam 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 Om Gam. Now imagine a ray of light shooting up your backbone from the base of the spine, piercing all the chakras that are stacked on top of one another in your subtle body, along the spine, the backbone. This ray of light pierces the third eye, pierces the top of the skull, and goes into the space, up, up, up. You're just letting it go like a Wi-Fi, like an SOS, sending a message out into the space for help to resolve your problems, to give you enlightenment, to connect you with divine beings, masters, teachers, siddhas, saints, angels, gods, goddesses, Holy Spirit. You become lighter and lighter as you go up, letting go. Now we'll activate the chakras beginning at the base of the spine, although the light continues to go up through the skull and into the space. Feel the divine beings surrounding you, enlivening your aura around your head and your body. The consciousness is moving in to clear out negativity all around, inside of you. Base of the spine. Move up to the heart center, middle of the chest. Move up to the throat, clear the throat. Ma. Move up to the middle of the brain, third eye. Float back down with your attentional energy to the base of the spine and the legs and feet. Connect with the earth element. Na, 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 na. Move up to the navel chakra, the belly. Fill it with water. Ma, 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 ma. Move up to the heart center, middle of the chest, also down the arms and hands and fingers. Set them on fire. She, 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 she. Move up to the throat, the mouth, the nostrils. Connect with the air element or prana, subtle air. Wa, 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 wa. Move up to the eyeballs. Keep them steady, still. The right and left brain. Connect with the ether, the akash or space. Ya, 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 ya. Your chakras are lit up. There's a powerful ray of light piercing the chakras from the base of the spine, shooting up through the skull, going into the space continuously. Imagine Dr. Pillai appearing before you in a form you're familiar with or a light. He sends two beams of light coming from his eyes into your eyes. Feel your eyeballs being pierced with these beams or rays of light, cleansing the karma in the eyes, burning it with the fiery energy of the light, and empowering your soul. Another beam of light enters your third eye, your spot between your two eyebrows, piercing your forehead, activating the middle of your brain, coming from Dr. Pillai's third eye. Lock on to these beams of light. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara. Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Feel your eyes lighting up, your third eye pulsing, tingling, pressure, expansion. Om Aim Reem Sarvalokaya Adityaya Shiva Satguru Bhavaya Swaha. Fill your eyes, your third eye. Now your body begins to tingle, to light up. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Bhava Namaha. Eyes, third eye, beams of light. The body is light. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Feel the stubborn, bad karma being cleansed. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. You can chant out loud or internally, or just be present to the vibration of the sounds that will unlock the secret connection to the Satguru, who will reveal the truth of your soul. Release anything that is no longer serving you in this light. Burn it, purify it, cleanse it, let it go. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. 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 Fill your eyes with light, with the sound vibrations. Focus on your eyes. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Focus on your third eye. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Now focus on your ears. Imagine two beams of light piercing the ears, going deep inside the ears. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Now 2 beams of light shoot up either nostril. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Now a beam of light enters the mouth, pierces the back of the throat, lights up the whole mouth. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Now roll the sounds on the tongue along with lighting up the tongue. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Now the whole face lights up. The hair stands on end with the light. There's tingling inside the brain. The whole head is lit up. The aura or halo around the head is vibrating with light and the sounds. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Om Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Now the neck is lit up. A blue light enters your throat from outside. It pierces the Adam's apple, enters the throat, fills up the whole neck with blue light, diffusing stubborn karma. It pours down the shoulders, down the arms and hands, into the chest, the upper back, filled with blue light. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Pour your attention down the body, even inside the organs. Fill them with light. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Pour your attentional energy down your legs, all the way down to your feet, even into the ground. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Now put your attention all around your whole body, in your energy body or aura. From head to toe, scan outside, inside. Release anything that is no longer serving you. Fill the body with light and sounds. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. 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 The light, the sound vibrations are spinning in the body. Faster, faster, faster. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. 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 Be still. Feel the energy spinning from head to toe, the light, the sound vibrations, the presence of Dr. Pillai merging with your being. Aum, Namah Shivaya. Om, 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 Om. Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul. Peace to the environment, peace to the world. And the meditation. You can keep your eyes closed and continue on as you like. Or you can slowly, slowly come back to yourselves. And as you're coming back, just take notice of what's going on inside of you. Thanks for joining those of you who need to go. Have an amazing week ahead. Do whatever meditation, mantra practice, mantra writing. Participate in the Guru Purnima fire labs that are offered through Pillai Center Ashravet. Feed your soul. Get ready for the blessings that are coming into the earth plane to wipe out, diffuse the negative congested energies. This is once a year. It's 2020. Very powerful time. Don't blink and miss it. And we'll see you next week. Those of you who are going to stay, I will check out the chat and answer questions or comment on the experiences. So Pratima is saying, I have a question. When I chant or write mantras, my belly and below starts tickling. It's a funny feeling. What does it mean? Well, it could be that the Kundalini energy is moving from that base part of your bottom of your runway or the landing strip for the divine to come in, and it's kind of tickling you because it's been dormant or it hasn't been activated by Dr. Pillai. So again, he looks as though he is human like we are, but he is light and love and super consciousness from head to toe. So anytime we call on him, or we do a meditation or one of his teachings, or participate in rituals or fire labs or anything to do with the spiritual path that he has laid out before us in previous lifetimes, perhaps, and we're just remembering it in this lifetime and tapping into that. So it's activating the energy coming through the base of the spine, and then allowing it to come up through the rest of the chakras. So curious to see, Pratima, if you experience the energy coming up past that. You're very welcome. So the meditation today is nothing that is ever planned. It's the grace of the divine coming in. And that's what we want to do, is we want to prepare. So we do meditations, we do practices, we join courses, we participate in those courses because it prepares us for in the moment or on demand meditation, the stream of consciousness that will give us an experience. This is what it's all about, is to experience life from that state. So we're not just shutting it down and then going into our life as a separate practice. This is the energy that is readily available. So it's really a great practice to journal. If you can write down what you just experienced now, and then in the coming days, what you experienced. Some people go through a lot of cleansing, so they may feel sick after this. Just not that I'm making you sick, or anyone is. It's just that a lot of energy comes in, and especially that spinning energy, kind of like your washer, when you do your laundry, it goes on the spin cycle. Once it scrubs everything up and rinses and then spins. So your energetic body wants to release anything that is no longer serving you, and then help your vibration to speed up. So that can feel like you're blasting off in a rocket ship and you get a little bit of air sickness, like some people do flying. So that can be something that people experience. So you might feel dizzy or vertigo-like. So just take care of yourself, but take note. Hey, something happened to me. It wasn't just, something nice to go through, or maybe you had an experience where only negative thoughts were there and you were just like, God, what am I doing here? Get me out of here. And it's not you. It's just that's what's being spun up, and it's being released, and it won't leave you quietly. It will kind of like kick you back and say, hey, you can't kick me out. I've been with you for a long time, complaining and being miserable and pulling your energy down. So that consciousness will, take some time to detach from you, or you surrender it to the divine, or you put it in, imagining it to be burned in the light or diffused away, however that works for you. So journaling, you may start to commune with these divine beings, even if you don't know who they are. Like I didn't. When I first started studying with Dr. Pillai, I was like, oh my God, I'm seeing all these things. What are these things? Who are these beings? And then over time, they revealed themselves. And then I became very familiar with that energy, and didn't really matter what they looked like. It was the energy. So you're invited to explore if those, maybe Ganesha or maybe these spiritual masters, like it was for when I first met Dr. Pillai and was sitting in front of him and all these spiritual masters were coming in. I was like, oh my God, am I seeing things? Because they were just, he was so pure, so open. They, as if the light at the end of the tunnel, you know, that saying, it was like full on spotlight. It was like an open stage, and all these masters had come through, and I didn't know. I thought, oh my God, what is going on here? And at that time, Dr. Pillai was in his traditional Siddha teaching mode, and he didn't speak. So I couldn't ask. I didn't know anything, and we didn't have internet. We couldn't Google anything. Didn't have Google. We didn't know anything about anything. But over time, I became familiar with these faces. You know, books would show up, or when Dr. Pillai started to speak, which was a few years into it, then he started to introduce the different siddhas and different teachings from these masters. I'm like, oh my God, that's who I saw. And that's who keeps popping into my mind. And then now that we have the internet, you might find yourself just Googling siddhas, and all of a sudden you're, you know, whoa, who's this siddha? And that's what resonates with you. So reading about the siddha tradition, even if you don't participate in the service that is offered during Guru Purnima, go read about these siddhas, because God only knows what we can and cannot afford to do. But you just might find that all of a sudden the money comes, and then you can participate. And who's doing that? They are. They want you to be able to honor them during this time so they can bless you. It's like an exchange of when you pay a tuition for taking a course, whether that's academic or technical or maybe job related, you pay to get that teaching. So that's called Guru Dhana, is an energy exchange. And Dhana means to give to the Guru, to give in exchange for the teaching. And the spiritual teaching, will be, it's so unique, it's so individual, so profound. So if you just read about these beings, Bhishma and Manik Vaskara and all the rest of the beings who will give you the consciousness or give you that awareness to turn the body into light. And why the heck would we want that? Well, once we get to that stage, just like Christ, miracles are just every day, every moment, every second, every millisecond. And then you're radiating that. And that is your highest expression of your soul. So you don't have to wait some other lifetime. So these are opportunities for all of us to prepare in a way that is kind of really easy and simple. You just tune in, get the knowledge that will fill up your mind a little bit, your intellect. You'll get a bit of an understanding of what their lives were like. And you, not only when you start reading it, you'll start to vibrate. So even for that reason, just go check it out. Life is about experience. We must experience, not just follow someone blindly. We've got to experience it. And what does that, how does that translate in our everyday life? Not just have a, you know, some nice lights and feel good or relaxed or calm or agitated or whatever it is. We're shaken up. There's some energy moving. How does that show up in life? How does it light up your life in a way that you can see the truth of every situation? The truth not meaning right or wrong. It's about the truth of God consciousness, the expression of the highest. And what is the highest expression in life? Love. So we will love beyond what we can imagine. And that divine love will radiate, and that will heal. And that's how we can collectively, we can just be focusing on that. And during the full moon, it will be this fullness of being. You just can't even imagine it. I never can imagine what it's going to be like on Guru Purnima, because so many years have gone by, and every Guru Purnima is so different. It's so unique. It does something to me. It's not always pleasant, I must say, truthfully, but by the end of it and toward the days after, oh my God, life unfolds in a whole new way. So please, please do what you can to participate. We'll see you next Saturday when we have this power time practice, which will dedicate to honoring the Guru. And I'm going to have a special ritual that we'll do, and you can experience that communion with Dr. Pillai, because that's why you're here. You're here to experience what it will feel like to be resonating with his energy. If you didn't already today, a little bit, you will definitely feel that, and you will blow your mind. It will not make you to just like lose your mind. It will feel like, oh my God, I feel so expansive. And then what does that expansive energy mean to me? What can I do with it? What can I manifest? Because the more energy we have, then we can do more things. And that energy is not just energy that you would work out and feel energy. It's intelligence. And it's our soul's intelligence. It's got cranked up with light. It's like tapping into a power source or plugging into a power source, a power station. And then it lights up a grid, so we will feel the bioelectricity. So bio is life. It's the biology, the study of who we are. And that electricity inside of us, the neurons fire in our brain and in our nervous system. And that tells the rest of the body what to do. So we're going to operate on a very high vibration, a high level of functioning. And then thereafter, your whole life will unfold in a whole new way. And I definitely, many people who have experienced being with Dr. Pillai in person or online or from afar or nearby, it doesn't matter. You are getting what you're getting, and it's a training for your soul to go beyond the physical limitations or the way you think you should be initiated or you should be communing with Dr. Pillai or getting a teaching. He's doing big things in the world. He's holding the vortex open. So dive in, swim around, find out how you can evolve, and reading about it or participating in the services that are offered through Pillai Center or Ashtabed, depending on what your preference is. And then you will experience it. The soul will reveal itself to you in a very mystical, magical way. So Pratima is asking, I have a question. When I chant mantras, we already talked about that. Linda's saying, Goddess Varahi, Babaji spoke about Goddess Varahi. She's going to be the root of truth. There you go. And Varahi is the goddess who roots out any negativity, and especially relating to scarcity consciousness. So being afraid is one. We're scared. And then also not having enough. Enough of what? Enough of money, enough of friends, enough of family, beautiful relationships. We don't have enough of that. We don't feel connected to other human beings. So we come back lifetime after lifetime to connect with everyone, to connect with beings in a way that is pure love, pure super consciousness, the soul. And then with that, you can do so much. You can be healing without even knowing. You can be thinking about someone, and because you're pure divine love, that person, they can be near or far and they are healed, or their life turns around. And it's not because you did it, the small I, the ego. It's because you became this divine ego, this divine I. You became from the human limited mind to this divine state of being, because you're just always connected to this. You have this divine Wi-Fi connection. And then the SOS is like the message that you send, hey, help this person, or help just thinking about the person or the situation, can turn it around. And it only takes one person to evolve to that level to change the whole world. So imagine the consciousness of every one of us here, or who's going to be watching or this recording or listening to it later on. You can imagine who we would be in the world. The whole world would be lit up. if we could just surrender this to these high-minded gurus, these divine beings, Dr. Pillai, holding it open for us, getting inside, dispelling the darkness, clearing out that which we're ignoring, the ignorance. We think that this is the life. Yes, this is the life because we chose to do some karma. And that's why we're here, to learn some lessons, to bring love into every aspect of our being. And that is not an easy thing to do. And it's easier said than done, right? But if we're bringing divine love, it just happens. And we are present to it. So practice getting into that state of what would it be like if it could just be love radiating out of every pore of my being, such that I didn't even know who I was anymore. And everything that was happening was because of God, and God is doing everything. And you know that's true. That is the truth, the highest truth. So that's what we're here to do, is to help to guide people. Please be kind to yourself when you're working up to Guru Purnima, because a lot of energy will come in. Even if you aren't familiar with the teachings, you'll feel the energy coming in. It can be like headache or pressure in your head, or it can feel like I was sharing in Mystery School 2019 reboot course, where at one point I felt like I was drilling in my head, in my brain. And I said to Dr. Pillai, my God, my head is going to explode. And he just said, yeah, the energy is so strong. It's trying to get in. And that's how you know you have to experience this kind of penetration at some points. It's not like that all the time, but some people might experience that, or they might relive an injury, an old injury, or emotional pain that kind of has been stuck in some body part, and it's starting to shake loose. And the memory comes very strong, as if it's real. Like it's a memory. It did happen, but it's gone now. That situation is gone now. You're not that person anymore, but the memory, the energy is there. So calling on Dr. Pillai, if you light a candle or an incense, or maybe a ghee lamp, you offer a ghee lamp, put it in front of his picture. You can put a flower. You can light incense and offer the incense. You can give him something sweet. He loves sweets. And then you can offer it, and then, maybe take a little bite and then give the rest away, so you don't eat too much sweet. Or it can be a piece of fruit, or even if you want to give cooked food, that you can do that. So we'll do something that will help you to get ready for Guru Purnima next week, or actually we'll do it during the Guru Purnima time, and then you will know what to do thereafter. Some people, they put a picture of Dr. Pillai on a chair or on a small table, and they go round and around and around and chant Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha or Swaha. And so you can chant that mantra. We're going to send you the write-up in the newsletter if you've opted in to Powertime Practice and get on the email list. And then Radha and Yajna will capture everything that we've shared, and then share with you links to Guru Purnima services or other services, courses that are relevant to today's talk. So check that email out, and then we'll give you the spelling of mantras and so on. So Varahi, she's the goddess of 2020. She's also the goddess of the golden age, and she's going to root out everything that we're afraid of. Scarcity consciousness, not being good enough, not being beautiful enough or handsome enough, smart enough, poverty consciousness, we don't have enough. So that all will get rooted out, and will be filled with that golden light of that goddess. And then she's the goddess of wealth, health, happiness, peace, and prosperity. And we need that now. We need that consciousness. So it's not just money in the bank, it's the consciousness that we need, that will help us to navigate in this world as it is now. And then collectively, we'll just keep bringing her energy in. And there's a Varahi course as well through Apply Center Academy if you're interested in doing that course. Lots of gratitude. And that's beautiful too, when people express gratitude at such a profound level of being. This is just coming naturally. And it's like, oh my God, you know, you're saying, oh my God, you're God, your experience of God. We're just here to open the door. And so you can connect with Dr. Pillai and his energy. He's the teacher of your soul at this point in time. And so he's taking your soul and he's shining it up like a diamond. And that is an oh my God, you know, because that's what you would say if you had this lovely diamond rock in your hand. You go, oh my God. So gratitude is the best attitude, as Dr. Pillai shared. So it sounds like or looks like, I'm reading off the chat, that it was a lovely meditation, a lovely experience. Anna is saying, my body is vibrating. Hi, Aura Mike. Jane is saying, thank you. What it means to feel like you're wearing a hat on the top of your head. Well, that also can be that you're popping open, like we were sharing about the lid of the box. We're getting out of our thinking mind, our limited way of being and thinking and doing things in life. Our soul wants to pop the lid. So popping the lid is like that. It's an expression for the crown chakra opening, or it can be the third eye opening. It's like a chalice inside, and it opens and then it stays open so the divine can come in. So you can imagine that happening when you feel pressure in the head. The neurons are firing, the brain energy is expanding, the neurons firing, they literally do fire. So that's part of lighting up the whole brain, is getting enlightened. And then when the brain is lit up, then the whole body lights up, because the brain tells the rest of the body what to do. So if it says I'm all lit up, then the whole body is going to say, hey, me too. So the body is vibrating, super meditation. Abreu is saying, here in Brazil, we love Dr. Pillai and all these blessed people. And that's what it is. Bless everyone that you meet. Bless yourself first and foremost, and feel, okay, you think, oh, you know, I'm just so-and-so, and I don't know how to bless people. Yes, you do. You just bless them. You can say bless you when someone sneezes. So you just bless people, even if they're upset, just internally, God bless you. And put this into practice. God bless you. Just say bless you, or God bless you, or Goddess bless you, or whatever comes out of your mouth relating to a blessing. And imagine all the divine beings coming and moving through you and actually putting that blessing into the person. So you're not doing it. You're a means or a vessel or a channel, if you will, or you're open to blessings coming through you and pouring into whoever the divine wants to go into. So blessings, try that out, you know, explore it, and just, you know, even Google it. Say, what does blessing mean? And then you will feel more connected to what it is to feel the blessings and feel so blessed for everything that you have. And when you do, then you are becoming more and more aligned with these spiritual beings who just are there to bless. So how do we know we're evolving? Is when we feel so blessed and we feel the blessings coming through, and everyone is being blessed, regardless of whether they're poking you in the eye. Not literally, but you know, they're just bugging you. So just bless this mess. So blessing is something that will help you to get into that state of gratitude for being able to be open to the divine. Receive, receive, receive. So be receptive to blessings and allow those blessings to go through. Shushi is saying, thank you so much for another beautiful meditation. It was very relaxing. Tonight I was feeling more energy all over my head, all shivering. Nice. Okay, great. Beautiful sharing, Melba saying, thank you. You're describing exactly what has happened to me. I signed up for courses knowing the money would manifest, and it did. Then we know when we don't know, but who knows is our highest self knows. And not only will they come for the courses, then once we're in the courses, all this opening comes, more gifts come. So when we know more, as in spiritual knowledge, it is unlimited. We unleash it. We pop the cork. We pop the top. We get out of the old way of thinking. We think out of the box, the container that we put ourselves in, the limitations that we put on ourselves. So the divine just says, no way. And Dr. Pillai wants us to get into that state, not tomorrow or somewhere down the road, but right now. And it's kind of fun when those things happen. So yeah, it's as if it's already manifested. Dr. Pillai has lit so much in me, Melba continues to say, in such a short amount of time that I'm sincerely in awe. I thought that said alive. For me, it was alive. I was spiritually dead. I was doing things in life where things were happening in life. Okay, fine. Now what? Now what? Now what? Been there, done that. It was so flatline. And when I met Dr. Pillai, I was like, oh my God, shaking. And what am I saying? And that was the animation of the soul was just taking over. It had been so filled up so quickly. So that can be a little bit shaky and scary for some people as well. But just know that that's part of your spiritual evolution. In fact, you can even Google that, signs of enlightenment or stages of evolution, human evolution, or stages of enlightenment. There are courses, light body courses at Pillai Center Academy that you might be interested in exploring, and you will understand it because you will feel it, you will know it, you will experience it. You'll get the initiations. So it's not just reading about stuff. The teachings are the initiation from the master. So you can chant the mantra, Om Namah Shivaya, but when the master chants it inside of you and you commune with that, then you have a connection, you have a union with that high energy. And then that takes you to places that you can't even imagine. So God bless. So Melba saying, I'm sincerely in awe. And that's what it is. It's being awesome. Here's my journal. I knew it was going to come up. So thanks, Melba. So awe is the sound of creation, AH. But it can also be AWE, like awe, like wow. I'm in awe of everything that is happening inside of me, outside of me, in life right now. That's the true sign that you are ready to receive the blessings every single second. Even when you're sleeping, Dr. Pillai will come in during your deep sleep or dream state, cleaning up your karma. You will go through some karmas and you'll go, oh my God, is it going to happen in real life? And if you're studying with Dr. Pillai, he will say your karma can get cleaned up in your sleep because he's at the level of the soul. So he'd rather do it like in an anesthetic state versus you have to do it in life. That's too slow. So those kinds of things can have already been done. And then you can wake up and go, hey, finish that karma. And you'll start to take, the more awareness you bring, you'll start to take the action. And then you'll be in this lit up path and you'll go, whoa, I could never shake free of that karma. But now look, I'm moving into a new house, a new car, a new relationship, whatever it is. Or I am keeping the relationship, but everything is so beautiful now. It's spiritualized. And who would have ever thunk that? So that's what makes you to be in awe. in awe, like Christ said, be in awe and wonder and innocence like a child. Whoa, this is amazing. So, and that's what kids are like, whoa, this is so cool. Look, I have a truck. This is so awesome. And look what I can do. So that's what we want to do is we want, oh my God, look at these teachings. Whoa, look what I feel like. And then the divine goes, oh, okay, I can work with you because you're not keeping yourself stuck inside of what you think is the reality. So you're very welcome, Gina. She's saying thumbs up, everybody. Okay. Pratima is saying, are we still in that phase that we should avoid unpleasant conversations? Should we still zip it up? Sometimes, Pratima. The thing is that the divine you'll hear your own voice saying, don't say anything. Don't say anything. I know you're going to say something. Don't say anything. So have some fun with it. It's not like you're talking to yourself, but there will be a strong message that comes and says, just zip it. It's not going to be the thing to do at this point in time. And then trust that inner knowing or that voice inside of you, that vibration that says, zip it, this isn't the right time. Trust that is what needs to be done. And as you go along, the situation will change because you keep continuing to use your energy and use your thinking to manifest what you want to see versus what is. Zip always works, Leica says. It does. And I catch myself, oh man, I was catching myself in the past few days. I was like, oh, zip it, zip, but I want to say, and so, but it was better to zip it. And then things shifted and I'm like, oh, why do I resist? Because we want to be right and make the other person wrong. That's what it is. Or make ourselves wrong and them right. So sometimes zipping it just gives you like a space to just allow the divine to come in. And maybe it will take some time, as it did for me. This one situation that happened very early in the morning, and then by the end of the day, it had turned around. Everything was beautiful. And I didn't ratchet it throughout the day. I just said, okay, I've got to trust in the divine. That the divine is going to come in and reveal to me. Maybe it's going to kick me in the butt and say, you're at fault. And it would be, at that time, it would have been shocking, but nothing is shocking anymore. It's like, oh, wow, there I go again, bumping up against my karma, not anybody else's, mine. So how am I going to be in this? How am I going to transmute this or turn it around? Well, I'm limited. I'm in my little box, my ego box, and it thinks that this is it. So it's always zipping it means that you go, for me, means that go and do your spiritual practices, listen to mantras as you're working away and as time is going by throughout the day. And then things start to shift and turn around. And then you meet up with that person or that situation, or you've got to send an email or do something. And then all that energy goes away and you're thinking clearly. And then you say the right thing at the right time. And so it doesn't mean that you zip forever. You're just able to navigate it. So hopefully that's helpful. So Magic is saying, I just checked Wealth Program for a link for daily chanting, and the link is not there. Only info for weekly calls on Sunday through Zoom. Can you tell me where the link is? Can you please send an email to office@PillaiCenter.com? I don't know where what happened with the links. But maybe it's something technical. You're very welcome. So Chua is saying here, thank you for all the information to help us prepare for the coming Guru Purnima. So yeah, we really want to prepare, and I'm happy that Guru Purnima is landing on a weekend, on a Saturday. so that we can come together here in Power Time Practice and then share whatever is going to be given for us to share with everybody. Sometimes it ends up on a, like a Wednesday or a Thursday or a Tuesday or Monday. Yeah, so this is a great blessing. And then anytime we're doing a huge spiritual vortex of energy coming in, the practices that we do on a Saturday, even on a Sunday, it's going to clear up a lot of karma. So Anna is saying, since I was a child, I have the habit of blessing people on the street mentally. This is curious. Well, there you go. So who's blessing who? So the divine is coming through you, and it's just natural for all of us to be blessing. So it might feel a little weird at first, but you fake it till you make it. Faraz is saying, oh, hi Faraz, again. Glory to Dr. Pillai for lighting our souls. Deepest gratitude to our Guru. It was such a powerful meditation today with Om Dhram Dattatreya Shiva Babhaya Namaha mantra all over the body. So yeah, that's just one meditation that came, but even just chanting it or listening to it, there are probably YouTubes that are free with that mantra as well. So you can just be playing that and then just having it in the space and practicing your life, doing whatever it is, your daily activities in life, and then just having that mantra play and then allowing Dr. Pillai's energy to come in and grow your soul. So that soul is breathing in and out, and then the karma is changing. Whatever you're doing in your space in those daily activities, it's shifting, it's evolving, it's changing with his grace and blessings. Melba is saying, everything you're saying is making me cry out of joy. I absolutely know that is happening. Oh, so nice. Gina's saying, so true, Goddess. I've had that feeling when angry, don't say anything. And that's, what is anger? It's some energy. And then we label it as anger, but really what's behind anger? Fear. And what is the opposite of fear? Love. So there are only two things in life, and they're opposites. And this is what the earth plane is all about, is whatever we're afraid of. We're even afraid of love. We're afraid of the divine. We're afraid of the spiritual path. We're afraid, oh my God, I did something wrong and no one's going to forgive me, or how will I ever be forgiven, or I feel embarrassed. So it's a bunch of fear. And then that upsets us. It makes us angry or depressed or whatever. So there are only two things, fear and love. So nothing makes us to be anything. It's our choice whether we want to continue that on. So we can get our buttons pushed for sure. Oh, that person made me angry, but really there was anger inside, or frustration or depression. So you can even peel back the layers this week and say, okay, well, what is really under the anger? Is it fear? Is it depression? Is it what? And where was that? And then how does it keep manifesting? How does it keep showing up in my life? So we'll see the mindset, and then what's the medication for it, the medicine for it is love. And if you can't love because it's a terrible situation or a terrible memory, and you feel like a survivor, you feel like whatever, then you just ask the divine to come in and change that. A lot of people, including myself, I remember in my chest, I just felt like I was having a heart attack because I had such strong memories that were of the past in the life. And then doing the naughty readings, it was so deep, like a spiritual mark on my heart, like it's like crushing it, and I couldn't let it go. I could see it, I could understand it, I could see the pattern in life. I could, in the naughties, the sacred palm scriptures of a lifetime that was blocking my joy and happiness was there, and I just couldn't shake it. and then continuing to do the mantras and immersing myself in the meditations. Instead of just running away around keeping myself busy, I would spend some time going through that and then jotting down on a piece of paper. So journaling is really, really powerful because you're writing it. So you're rewriting your destiny. Your hand is connected to the brain. It's telling you what to let go of and what is really important for you to experience. So not just to let go of, but it's also what I want to experience as if it's already happening. And then soon enough, when I was aligned with that and I was working on the divine took 1,000,000 steps, I took a couple. So it took 1,000,000 steps for me to come through that, and it just burst it open. So we don't even know what's hidden in there. We don't even know what the storyline is, but we feel the energy of it, and it's just crushing us. Or we may know and we can't shake it. So that's the human mind that says keep it in the box. So we want to go to the divine mind, which thinks out of the box. It pops it. And it doesn't mean just the lid like your brain. It pops the chakras. So keep doing your practices. So Magic is saying there isn't a section with daily chanting, only Sunday coaching calls. Thank you. Anyway, really appreciate it. So please send an email, Magic, to office@pillaicenter.com. I'm going to write that for you. And then you can just say, where's the links? Or if someone knows who's from here and they know where the link is. Okay, well, we've come to the top of the second hour. Oh my God, time flies when we're having fun. So maybe this was something that we needed to do. We needed to be present to it. So it kind of fires us up or lights us up, so that in the coming days, we are really going to commune with Dr. Pillai. And even if you think, well, I don't really understand, I don't know who he is, trust me, I didn't either. And I still don't. He is unknowable to me. Even though I can look at his picture, and I've studied with him for 25 years, every time the teaching comes or a message comes on Facebook or Instagram or through a course that I've already taken and I'm reviewing it or listening to a mantra, oh my God, it's brand new. Why? Because we're evolving. So he's unknowable because he's always evolving. He's always bringing some new information. Even though he says this Guru Purnima, he's canceling the retreat, the information, the divine information, that divine intel, the intelligence that's going to come in from the cosmos is going to be new, because it will be a new full moon of the whole year ahead, and then setting the stage for the decade ahead. So everything can happen through your connecting to Dr. Pillai, even if you don't know him as a person or can't relate to him at all as a person. I don't relate to him at all as a person ever, because when I first experienced him, everything was light. Everything had gone to this like, oh my God, I am losing my mind. And I did. But because I had that experience, then I, started to really dive into the teachings and dive into studying and going on pilgrimages and so on, and going to vortexes all around the world, not just only India, but doing very powerful rituals in the presence of Dr. Pillai and nadis readings and things like that. And so it's something that is, you never know it. You can never know it. It's the unknown. And that's what Melba is sharing, the awe of it all. The awe is always there. It's awesome. And then some. So, but those people who can't get into that, even just the doing a practice. So the mantra, you can and just stick with the mantra and see what that reveals to you. Try walking around the picture and chanting the mantra 108 times and see who you will be. Make sure that you have a place to sit down or lie down, because even you think, oh, I'm just walking around slowly around the picture and chanting a mantra, you're creating a vortex. And that energy is going to speed everything up. Your karma is going to get sped up. And that's your mindset again. It will just get all shaken up. And you might feel like, whoa, what is happening to me? So you just take rest and then you can start up again. It won't be easy for you to do. You think it's easy, but it will be something for you. So it'd be great to hear what others have to share about that in the coming weeks, or anytime you come on to Powertime Practice and you decide to do it. So that's what I wanted to share, everyone. And thank you so much for being here, for participating, for communing with everyone here at the level of the soul, inviting Dr. Pillai to come in, guiding us, bringing the intelligence in to prepare ourselves for Guru Purnima. And we'll see you at Guru Purnima time next weekend during Powertime Practice, where we're just going to really get lit up. So do your best. And even if you think, oh, I didn't do anything, show up anyways, because maybe your soul is fine and it's just ready to receive. So God bless you all. Thank you so much. And we will see you next week. Namaste.